speaker is attempting his sixth project from the Competent Communicator Manual. He will be evaluated by a very seasoned Toastmaster and treasurer of our club, Toastmaster Paul. Could we have the objective?
Sure. Yeah. On this magic evening, Jørgen is going to do his speech project number 6, which is based on the previous 5 projects. And it's about to focus on vocal variety. And Jørgen is going to choose a subject that calls for vocal variety. He is to use the voice that is pleasing to listen to, with proper balance of volume, pitch and rate. And then Jørgen is going to use pauses to change the message and use his voice to reflect and add meaning and interest to the thoughts that Jørgen is presenting.
The speaker loves traveling and has made many trips around the world. He is a keen observer and always has an eye for details. He has been a Toastmaster for a year round. Title of his speech is A World of Traffic. Please welcome our speaker, Toastmaster Jørgen.
Thank you. I can imagine that all of you know the magic feeling of coming to a new big city. It could be Copenhagen for many of you. I mean, it seems like we are quite many nationalities tonight. I counted around 10, I think. And you are overwhelmed by many things. And I think a main thing could be the traffic, because often it would be in another way than what you're used to from where you come from. For example, in Copenhagen, I can imagine that the high number of bikes and the fast speed are quite impressive when you're not used to bikes at all. And for me, as a Northern European guy, I must say, for example, when many years ago I visited Naples in southern Italy, I was a little shocked by this anarchic traffic in Naples. Just to cross a street with so many streets, with so many cars and scooters and noise and pollution, and wow, that was kind of a shock. So of course it depends on how you see things, what you're used to and what background you have. The idea here is that the traffic conditions reflect the people and the cultures of the country you visit or the city you visit. So you can say it's a kind of indicator of what is this place that you're going to. So I'm just going to throw a few ideas, and it's nothing really, you can say, not a very tough subject, just some reflections about traffic. We're going to different places, for example, Southern Europe. I can imagine that many of you have been in Southern Europe. I have been several times, and maybe you have often as pedestrians, you're walking around in the city and you're looking at the beautiful buildings, and then suddenly you hit a pole which is placed somewhere, stupid place on the sidewalks or just close to the street. I don't know if they have an official name, these poles, but they have a function that's to avoid people parking on the sidewalks. And if you noticed, well, in Copenhagen we don't have these poles, or at least very few places. So I think that could tell something about maybe the number of parking spaces or the liberal approach to parking. But it's quite funny that you can almost draw a line in Europe, I think. Italy, France, Belgium, I think, maybe parts of Eastern Europe also. but not, for example, in Scandinavia or I think most of Germany. You don't have these poles, or at least not in the same degree as you have in Southern Europe. Well, and another funny thing is the sign horn prohibitive. I think I've only seen that sign in Southern Europe. Well, again, I think it must have something to do with the behavior of the drivers. Well, you probably know this song. There are 9 million bicycles in Beijing. Well, let's go to China. I had the pleasure of biking in China some years ago in Beijing. And well, there are many cyclists, or at least at that time, 5 years ago, as in Copenhagen, but the rules are very different, or you can say the unwritten rules. For example, you should take care of everyone who is bigger than you. That means that although you have the right of way for going in a direction, if you notice a truck or a bus or something coming which could turn and cross your direction, you better take care, because in Beijing the rules is just that you take care of everyone who is stronger than you. And in Denmark we have, many rules for, well, there's not enough space for the bicycles, and of course we have the right of way, we should ride, and luckily the cars are very good to hold back. Another funny thing about China is that bicycle lamps are prohibited. Well, that's quite strange, because in Denmark, well, you can get a fine if you do not have proper lighting on your bike when it is dark. So that's quite opposite, like many things could be in China. I think the explanation is that if you wear lights, you could disturb the drivers, the cars. Strange. But just to end up, when you are traveling, finding your way through traffic is always a part of your journey. And that can be quite tricky, but you could also, my tip would be to you to reflect a little bit about the traffic in the country you go to. For example, consider the differences between how you use the space between the houses in a city. How much space for pedestrians, for cars, for public transport. It tells you something about the priorities of this place. Or the speed limits, for example. I've just wondered myself, why, for example, is the speed limits so much stricter many places in the US compared to, for example, Germany? Or another thing, do people follow the rules? If there's a traffic light, is people standing waiting for green light, or just crossing over when they have the chance to? I think that's also very different from different countries. So my tip would be, try to notice these differences. Thank you very much.